Welcome to our 9-minute journey through the world of philosophy. Here we'll dive into the depths of human thought and explore the questions that have puzzled thinkers for centuries. You know, the kind of stuff you ponder late at night when looking at the stars. Questions like, what is the meaning of life? And are we alone in the universe? Where did we come from? What is our purpose? Is that a giant marshmallow orbiting Jupiter? These are the kinds of whimsical yet profound questions we'll tackle. Okay, maybe not that last one, but we'll definitely explore some fascinating and mind-bending ideas. In this video, we'll explore the core ideas of 9 major philosophical ideologies from ancient Greek philosophy to modern existentialism, all brought to life with charming claymation. Each segment will be a visual treat, making complex theories more accessible and engaging. We'll break down complex concepts into bite-sized pieces using creative animations to illustrate key points and make learning fun, so you don't need a PhD in philosophy to understand. By the end of this journey, you'll have a clearer understanding of the philosophical ideas that shape our world. Let's kick things off with existentialism. This philosophical movement is all about individual freedom and personal responsibility. It's a way of thinking that puts you, the individual, at the center of your own universe. Imagine a lump of clay, right? Just a formless, shapeless mass. That's us before we're born. According to existentialists, we start as this blank slate, full of potential but without any inherent meaning or purpose. It's only after we're born, after we experience the world, that we start to define ourselves. Every interaction, every choice, every experience shapes who we are. We shape our own essence, our own meaning. No predetermined fate here. We are the artists of our own lives, molding and sculpting our identity with every decision we make. This freedom to choose, though, comes with a side of existential dread. The weight of making choices can be overwhelming. What if we make the wrong ones? What if we fail to create a meaningful life? If we're responsible for our own meaning, what happens if we mess it up? Heavy stuff, right? This anxiety, this fear of failure, is a natural part of the human condition, according to existentialists. But hey, at least we're not stuck as lumps of clay. We have the power to break free, to shape our own destinies. Embrace the freedom, embrace the responsibility, and remember, it's all about you. Next up, we've got Utilitarianism, a philosophy all about maximizing happiness. This ethical theory suggests that the best action is the one that increases overall happiness and reduces suffering. It's a way of thinking that asks us to consider the consequences of our actions on everyone involved. Think of it like this: you've got a cookie. Now, you could eat it all by yourself and enjoy it, but what if you shared it with your friends? Do you eat it all yourself? Or do you share it with your friends to spread the joy? By sharing, you create happiness for more people, not just yourself. This simple act of sharing embodies the core principle of utilitarianism. Utilitarians like Jeremy Bentham and John Stuart Mill would say, share the cookie. They were pioneers in this philosophy, advocating that the right action is the one that benefits the most people. They believed that actions are right if they promote happiness for the majority. This means that the moral worth of an action is determined by its outcome. If the action results in more happiness and less pain, then it's considered the right thing to do. Of course, this leads to some interesting ethical dilemmas. For instance, what happens when the happiness of the majority conflicts with the rights of an individual? Should we always prioritize the greater good, even if it means some people might suffer? What if sacrificing one person's happiness leads to greater happiness for a larger group? Utilitarianism makes you think. It challenges us to weigh the benefits and harms of our actions carefully and consider the broader impact on society. This philosophy encourages us to look beyond our own needs and think about the collective well-being. Now let's talk about Stoicism, the ancient philosophy of resilience. The Stoics, like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, believed in accepting what we can control and letting go of what we can't. Got stuck in traffic? Missed your flight? Stoics would say, don't sweat it. Focus on your own thoughts and reactions, not on the things you can't change. This practical approach to life has seen a resurgence in recent years, helping people navigate the ups and downs of modern life with a sense of calm. Hold on to your hats, folks, because nihilism is about to shake things up. Nihilists believe that life is inherently meaningless. There's no grand purpose, no ultimate truth. It's like trying to find a signal in static. It's just noise. Now, before you fall into an existential crisis, remember that nihilism isn't about being miserable. It's about acknowledging the absurdity of existence and finding freedom in that realization. It's like, okay, nothing matters, so let's go make some art. Time to put on our thinking caps for rationalism. Rationalists, like René Descartes, believe that reason is the primary source of knowledge. Forget your senses, they can be deceiving. It's all about logic and deduction. Think of it like solving a puzzle. You use the clues you have to piece together the bigger picture. Rationalism has had a huge impact on mathematics, science, and our understanding of the world. But wait, there's another side to the story. Empiricism says, hold on, rationalists, don't discount experience just yet. Empiricists like John Locke and David Hume argued that knowledge comes primarily from sensory experience. We learn by observing, experimenting, and interacting with the world around us. Think of it like baking a cake. You can read the recipe all you want, but you won't really know how it turns out until you try it yourself. Now let's get practical with pragmatism. Pragmatists like William James and John Dewey believed that the meaning of an idea lies in its practical consequences. In other words, does it work? Does it solve a problem? If so, then it's a good idea. Pragmatism is all about finding solutions that work in the real world rather than getting bogged down in abstract theories. Get ready for another mind-bending ride with absurdism. Absurdists like Albert Camus believe that the human search for meaning is inherently at odds with the indifferent universe. It's like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole, but instead of despairing, absurdists embrace the absurdity of it all. They find freedom in rebellion, in creating their own meaning in a meaningless world. It's like the universe doesn't care? Well, I do. And finally, we arrive at postmodernism, a complex and often debated ideology. Postmodernists question grand narratives and universal truths. They believe that knowledge and meaning are fluid, subjective, and influenced by power structures. Think of it like looking at the world through a kaleidoscope, multiple perspectives, all valid in their own way. Postmodernism encourages us to deconstruct assumptions, challenge authority, and embrace diversity of thought. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this whirlwind tour of philosophical ideologies, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. We just scratched the surface of these fascinating ideas, and there's so much more to explore. Let us know in the comments which philosophical ideology resonates with you the most. Do you lean towards the existential angst of Sartre, or the stoic resilience of Marcus Aurelius? The world of philosophy is vast and ever-evolving, so keep those minds open and keep on thinking.